Ozempic is everywhere right now. Celebrities are using it, doctors are prescribing it, and people are calling it a miracle weight loss drug. But it also comes with some downsides. It's expensive, it can have some side effects, and not everybody wants to be on a prescription.
So we wanted to test something different. A natural alternative that some people say will act in a similar way.
And if you're new here, my name is Emily, and my twin sister Sarah and I have lost 160 pounds following a relaxed ketogenic lifestyle since 2019. And on our channel, we like talking about things about low carb keto, trying different recipes, and talking about our weight loss journey because apparently it's never ending.
It's forever.
Sarah and I lost the majority of our weight in 2019 through just eating low carb, and life happened.
Yep.
Life continues to happen, and guess what? You're going to go through periods of time where you gain a little bit of weight, you can lose weight. And so Sarah and I have gained a little bit of weight. We've been pretty open about that on our channel over the past couple years, and we've gained, I don't know, about 20 pounds each. And so now we're on a journey to try to lose that weight again while we are doing low carb keto. And why not add a little bit more into it by trying some new alternatives, right? And Sarah and I just don't want to like jump on a GLP-1. And when we talk about Ozempic, we are referring. And while we'll be calling it Ozempic in this video, we are not necessarily talking about just Ozempic. We're talking about GLP-1 medications in general. It's a generalization of what we are trying to mimic by taking the natural version of it, which is, in this case,
Yerba Mate.
Yerba Mate.
Yerba Mate. So quick disclaimer, we are not medical professionals. We're going to be talking about our experience. You should consult your doctor before doing any sort of diet or, taking anything like Ozempic, okay?
Or making any kind of change
yes.
that is medical in nature, because we're just two
people on the internet.
I was going to say dopes on the internet,
yeah.
Whatever. So Ozempic is a GLP-1 receptor agonist. That means it mimics a hormone that your gut naturally makes after you eat. This hormone tells your brain, we're full, you do not need to eat anymore. It also slows down how quickly food leaves your stomach, so you stay fuller for longer. And it helps regulate blood sugar, which is also something that
keto does.
Yes. The combination of fewer cravings, smaller meals, and the regulation of blood sugar is how people lose weight on Ozempic, and they lose a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
So we did not take Ozempic for this experiment, obviously. Although we are not against it or anything like that. You do what you need to do to lose weight and feel good. We're not against GLP-1s on this channel. We've said that before, but we decided not to do that obviously for this video. We decided to go for the natural alternative, which is the Yerba Mate Tea.
Yerba
Mate Tea.
Is it Yerba Mate?
No, it's Yerba Mate.
Okay.
I jokingly call it Yerba Mate, but it's Yerba Mate.
Yeah. So Yerba Mate has been used in South America forever, and Yerba Mate can reduce your appetite and affect fat metabolism according to some studies. So we thought we will try it for a week and track how we feel on it.
Okay, and before we get into it, a week is a week. And I don't want to hear, oh, you can't do anything in a week. It's a week. We just wanted to see how this affects our food noise, because I think that that's one of the biggest things in the weight loss community. And I think that so many people love the GLP-1s because it eliminates or really lowers the amount of food noise that people go through.
Right.
And so the food noise, when taken away, is the major thing that helps you say, I don't need that, I don't want that, and make better choices overall.
Right.
Or sometimes even going through a meal where you craved something and you're able to stop after a couple bites and go, I don't really want this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Food noise to me is the biggest thing that stops people from losing weight because of all these cravings. So in order to test if this was actually true, we decided to do two things. We started to track how we felt throughout the day with cravings, right? Every time we would think about food, see something that we liked and thought, I want that, or even craved food at all, we would write down or jot down if we felt a craving and then tally them up every day for a week.
Mm-hmm. Just so that we had a baseline.
Right, the baseline of the scientific experiment that we're doing. The other thing that we decided to track to try to see if this would actually work is to track how much of our meal that we would actually eat. Would we eat the full meal? Would we go back for seconds? Would there be some left on our plate? And Sarah and I tend to eat one meal a day on keto, and it's a very big meal. We've been doing this for a long time, and to keep it kind of similar across the board, we decided to only eat one meal a day for these 2 weeks that we were doing this experiment. So the first week was just to see, without doing anything different, how we felt. The second week was when we started introducing the yerba mate, and we decided to drink 2 cups a day. Now, you're not supposed to be drinking a lot of this tea. So we decided we're gonna drink 2 cups a day, 1 in the morning and 1 like maybe mid-afternoon, evening, to see if it made a difference. And once we started drinking the yerba mate, we decided to count the food noise, like how many times in a day, and we carried this thing with us, which is why it looks all dilapidated. How many times a day we thought about food, enough that we're like, wow, I'm craving something, I'm gonna write it down, and how much of the plate that we actually finished. And so we got some data. We charted it on a graph and everything. Actually, ChatGPT did that for us. We uploaded the data, ChatGPT made a graph. I'm not good at reading graphs, so I'm just going to tell you what happened, okay? Okay, so the results, drum roll. In the baseline week, I averaged about 7 food thoughts a day, which is kind of a lot, actually.
Do we know like a normal number? I
No.
have no idea. I've never thought about it before.
No. But with yerba mate, that number dropped closer to 5 a day. My meal size also changed. Normally I clean my plate 100% every time, but that also might be because I'm making my own plate.
Right.
But with yerba mate, I sometimes stopped at 75%. And even one day I stopped at 50%, which almost never happens for me because, like I said, I make my own plate of food.
Right.
So I'm deciding how much I'm eating, but that did show some kind of reduction the second week. Did I lose weight? I lost 1 pound, but this kind of goes towards the bigger picture of what's happening on our channel right now. Sarah and I are doing something called the lock-in, the Great Lock-in, where we're trying our best to, like, you know, make some progress towards the end of 2025 so that we go into 2026 feeling a little bit better. So yeah, I lost 1 pound in a week, but would I have lost it if I wasn't doing this? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, Sarah's results were actually really different.
So for me, my cravings actually stayed pretty much the same and even went up some days. It was probably because I was watching a marathon, and between each episode there was like commercials for food, so I counted that as well. Vanderpump Rules marathon. Don't judge me. But yeah, they had these like Dominoes. I counted those too because I figure, you know, in normal life when you see like a commercial, you're like, oh yeah, I could eat that. You know, I counted those as well. So some days, on those marathon days, I had a couple more cravings. And even one day, I think this is the marathon day, I had 9 thoughts of food, which is like more than normal, which was around 6.
I mean, this is not like I have to eat tonight. This is like, oh, I could really use some
I could eat that, pizza or something like that. And during my meals, I pretty much ate 100% of my meals, even with the yerba mate. So I really didn't see a significant difference by drinking it.
So what did we learn from this experiment? Well,
I learned I have a lot of food cravings.
Right. Well, for me, I did have an effect. Now, whether that's placebo or it's actually the tea that did something, I don't know. But, you know, there is something to be said for doing something that leads you to make better choices overall, right? The placebo effect is actually real.
Right.
Like, your body is doing something regardless if it's fake or not. You're drinking this tea, so therefore it will have an effect. Therefore it does have an effect. I don't know like how else to explain it other than that. Like, I'm drinking this tea, and so I'm thinking, while I'm drinking this tea, I should eat less.
I should mention that I did lose like almost 2 pounds.
So she lost more weight. That's funny.
Yeah.
Not really. That's not really funny.
We're also doing the Great Lock-in, so maybe it's just a compound of all of these effects that helped me lose weight, not just the yerba mate.
And since the results were mixed on this little experiment, I know that people are going to be like, you can't just judge it off of a week. Well, a week is a video, okay? Like, we are going to be probably moving on to the next experiment, because why not? This kind of stuff to us is fun, like to make a video about this, because it's a little different than what we currently do on our channel, and we want to keep experimenting. So we actually found another like GLP-1 substitute that we're going to be trying next. So if you're curious about the next GLP-1 alternative, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that video, because maybe that will be the one.
Yeah.
Even though this worked fine.
It worked for some people and some others it didn't.
Right.
So.
And YouTube seems to think that you're going to like this video here, so why don't you click on it and we will see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out.
Say, I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, that's it.